Welcome to the Deep Thots podcast, episode 4.
I almost forgot what episode we are.
I was trying to look at you, but I remember. Okay, so welcome back. It's been a 10-day hiatus.
So next week, be sure to look out in 14 days for the next one.
Keep adding on. You'll never hear what my favorite Pixar movie is. So
yeah, because we'll probably forget.
Yep, I got it written down. So let's start things off, Zach. We saw a movie a couple days ago. What movie did we see?
The Purge.
The first Purge.
Yeah, the first Purge.
Not the first Purge. The fourth Purge, but the first.
I mean, I basically know what you thought about it, and I think you'd probably want to purge it from your memory, right?
I'd kill people, yeah.
That's my review quote.
Nice.
Purge this movie from my memory.
Yeah, put it on the box.
Yeah, put it on
the DVD box.
You're gonna hate it when you get yourself.
Is suicide legal during the Purge? Isn't that illegal?
I mean, are they gonna handcuff?
I don't know why it's illegal. It's like, I mean,
hey, it's just one of those weird rules that they don't really give a shit about. They just can't get rid of. They probably just don't want to spend the taxpayer money to just get it repealed because it's so stupid. So. I'm like, how did something like that get involved in the freaking government?
Yeah.
Anyway.
So what do you think of the movie?
Do you want to start
1 to 10?
1 to 10? I'd give it like a 6. Actually, not 5. I'll do a 5.
I'd give it a 6 because this sucks because I based my zombies review. Everything's based off that because I gave that a 5 and now everything has to be above a 5 because I was like the worst. Okay, my zombies review is now a 3. I'm pushing it down. The Purge is now a 5. That's my middle of the road.
I think pretty much all of my reviews have been like 5.
We are very opinionated.
Yeah, I don't want anyone to get mad, so it's right fine.
Please don't hurt us. So if you haven't seen The Purge, good for you. That's I wish I could be you. If you've seen one, you've seen them all. Exactly, and I have seen them all.
So no, I've just seen the last 2.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the
first 2's on my list, though. I'm going to watch them.
I wouldn't. So,
you like the second one, though.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, it's good for a Purge movie. It's not good for just a regular movie.
I'm excited for the TV show that's coming out.
Yeah.
I don't know how that's going to work.
I don't know.
I think it said it was coming, I think it was like September 4th on USA. I forgot USA was even a channel. Yeah. I was like, oh god, I forgot.
So let's think of some interesting things that happened during the movie. So basically, if you don't know what the Purge is, I'll do a quick rundown. Basically, yeah, all crime is legal on this one day, and then every other day, everything's just back to normal.
Except they're only doing this in Staten Island for a test run.
Yeah, so this one is like the first Purge, like not the first movie. I need to clarify that for some idiots out there.
God, this is gonna be like a weird like Xbox One thing, where it's like talk about the first Purge or the movie, the first Purge of the first Purge.
People are talking about the Purge all the time. It's gonna throw all the Purge fans off, and so
I know whenever the Purge comes up in my conversation in my daily life, I'm gonna be so confused.
I know. So fuck you, Bloomhouse. So
that's like half
or
whatever
it is.
That's like half of my freaking conversations down the toilet.
Exactly. We haven't even talked about the movie yet. So the Purge. 1 day a year, all crime is legal, but in this one, it's like an experiment. So this is the first one.
Yeah, they call it the experiment.
Yeah, so it's literally just held just in Staten Island, and so everybody can kill each other if they want, or steal money or food or whatever, and everyone just goes crazy. Yeah,
and they're doing this in like the projects because I guess they figured that they had more crime.
Yeah,
that's basically what the reason.
It's a political stance type movie where it's just like, oh, we don't care about minorities and stuff, so we're gonna have it based in there. And then like the white people are like the head people saying like, pretty much every Purge movie they have government officials and like SWAT teams go into the Purge areas and just kill people just to like up the numbers.
Well, yeah, they were doing that because people just automatically weren't killing each other at the start.
Yeah, so they had to just like get it started.
Well, we gotta kill some people to get the pot stirred.
Yeah, and then it's just like. It's just a political type
Well,
thing.
And then it just focuses on one guy named Dimitri, who's like this jacked guy that looks just like
Dimitri's
Khalid.
A badass.
He looks just like Khalid. I couldn't get that out of my head.
Got the same facial hair and yeah.
Yeah, I wonder who copied who, or if they like teamed up on getting their styles done by the same barber.
Yeah, hopefully. I'd love to watch that. Watch them interact with each other, kill each other on the Purge.
Why didn't they get Khalid for this movie?
Yeah, seriously. The only good part about this movie was the soundtrack. The soundtrack was really cool. Dimitri's a cool guy.
He's a cool fella.
Yeah, I liked him.
What is he, a drug lord?
Yeah, he's a drug lord, but like hailed by the town or whatever. So let's talk about some stupid.
Well, except his ex-girlfriend who hates him because she says he's ruining the town.
Yeah,
I don't really get how. I guess he's hiring people, and so.
Well, at the end when spoiler alert, at the end when he's like shot and he's like being carried off the next morning and like all the crowds
are around him. This is a hero, right?
Yeah, they're like, this is a hero. This is the hero of this town.
This is the real hero of Staten Island.
But then after that, there's this lady like helping him walk, and she hasn't been touched by a bullet or anything. There's so many people with bullet wounds around him.
Yeah, who probably have had their family members die.
Yeah, exactly. And she's walking through with Dimitri, and she's like, "Can you guys make some room? I've had a very long night." And she's like not even injured, and there's people dying on the side.
She's the sassy black lady character who pops jokes and when they're about to die and stuff.
Yeah, gosh. And then our favorite part of the movie was when Dimitri's team, they all get ambushed and killed. Yeah, but except for there's this one guy.
Well, the thing is, they had like those drones flying around to like watch the Purge, but they never showed any guns on them. And yeah, so they sent the government sent a team to go to these apartments to like shoot them up, basically, because they weren't killing each other already. And so Dimitri has like his gang member team or whatever go over there, and then they just get gunned down by the drones. Except Dimitri, and then
one other guy.
Yeah, and one other guy who's basically dead.
He's like he's on the ground, like sitting up against the car, just slowly dying, and then they start
bleeding out.
Yeah, and then Dimitri tries to help, and he's like, "No, you got to keep going, man." And then so because he's trying to help the two buildings that the government is trying to take down from the inside, and so he gets his guns and starts walking to the buildings, and while he's walking by his friend that's slowly dying, his best friend that's gonna die, they just fist bump. And it's the dumbest shit I've ever seen. Well, I love it.
I didn't get, like, when they got gunned down by the drones, and then once Dimitri comes out from under the Jeep, the drones just look at him, and then they just fly off.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh yeah, they're gonna leave, like, the most badass guy in Staten Island.
He's a main character, we gotta keep him alive.
Yeah, don't kill him.
Yeah.
What's one man gonna do against the government?
Yeah, that's what they thought. But yeah, it was, pretty okay.
I mean,
not really.
Same if you've seen the third Purge, you've pretty much seen this one.
Yeah, it's the exact same thing, but with different characters, basically.
They have like the origin of like why people wearing masks, and it's because the government guys that they sent in were wearing masks, basically.
Yeah.
At least I think. I don't even remember.
I don't know. Who the fuck cares? But
yeah, 5 out of 10, whatever.
Yeah, I also get a 5 out of 10. Yeah. That's the first time we've agreed, even though we've only been like a half point off on all of them.
Fuck you! I'm changing it to 6.
Damn it! I'm going down to 4. I'm sticking with 5. So yeah, it's better than Zombies. Not as good as Cars 3. That's our spectrum of movies that we talked about.
You know, Cars 3, Finding Nemo, The Purge. Yeah. Natural progression.
Yeah. Speaking of Finding Nemo.
New list.
Yeah.
Same list. New numbers.
Yep. I've switched my whole list around. Here's the last one.
Yeah, we're starting over.
Yeah. Okay, so last week I went through my 20 to 16 of from worst. I'm going worst to best for every Pixar movie. There's been 20. If you missed last week's episode,
last week and a half episode.
Yeah, last week and a half. So for my 20 worst movie for Pixar is Cars 2, then 19 The Good Dinosaur, 18 Cars 3, 17 Brave, 16 Finding Dory, and that's where we left off. So now I'm going to be telling you
the moment you've all been waiting for.
Yep, my 15 to 11, the slowly but surely getting to the top ones. So I guess I should just kick this off. So for 15, I have the first Cars. Would you like to discuss the first Cars, Zach?
I don't know. I thought it was like okay, but it's not something that's very rewatchable for me. I thought I watched it like once or twice, and I was like, it's fine.
Well, see, a lot of people don't like the Cars franchise, any of them, but I actually really like the first Cars, which is like it's pretty low on my list, but that's just because everything else is just better. But I actually really like Cars. Like I can rewatch it.
I remember I really liked it when it first came out, but it hasn't really aged well for me as well as like the other ones have, I guess.
As well as the other Pixar movies?
Yeah.
I thought you meant the other Cars. I was like, what?
Yeah.
Cars 2 is very well.
Cars 2 has really stood the test of time, I'll tell you what. That's why it's on the bottom of the list.
Yeah, number 20. So Cars 15.
What has your opinion changed since it came out like 12 years ago?
I mean, not really. Like, I still, the story I think is the best out of all the Cars. And it's like, it's super original. Like, no one made a talking car movie.
I'm trying to think. I don't even know if I've like watched Cars 2 entirety, because I remember we watched it in, I think, Spanish class when we had the Spanish language, but with English subtitles. I think that might have been the time where I watched Cars 2.
Oh my gosh.
I don't even remember if I've watched it outside.
It's probably worse in English.
Probably. I mean, I don't even remember. It's like, what was Spanish Miter like?
Yeah,
do they still say? Yeah, they still sneak in some Getter Duns in there or something? Or
that's pretty funny. So yeah, Cars 2. That was my number 20. We talked about it last week. Let's keep talking about it. Okay, so yeah, Cars.
We're going back in time.
Cars is 15. 14 might surprise some people. Is Coco. It came out recently. I also really liked it, but I feel like it just wasn't as original as other movies.
I've never seen it.
It's really good. I think it's on Netflix right now.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I probably still won't watch it.
Okay.
I don't know. I just saw it and I was like, I'm not really interested.
Yeah, like it didn't look like it was going to be that great of a story when I first saw it. I mean, I have to see every Pixar movie, so I'm going to see it, but it's just like...
But you're not a true American.
Yeah, but I mean, it was about Day of
the Dead. Just say Day of the Dead.
Dia de los Muertos. So... It's
we're
basically about
white, if you couldn't tell.
Yeah. Hello. So it's about this young Mexican kid who on Dia de los Muertos or whatever. If you put, oh no.
Okay, keep going. We had a weird cut out there.
That out. So basically, it's about Dia de los Muertos, and it's
keep trying. By the end of the podcast, we'll get it right.
No, but so it's about this little Mexican boy who. So basically for that day, they have a little shrine where you put all your family members that have passed away and you put pictures of them. And if you put them on the shrine, then they're living in the afterlife in that little world. So, but then he steals a guitar and then he gets turned into a dead person and can travel to the afterlife.
How do you get turned into a dead person?
It just happens. And then he meets his passed away family. I'm not going to explain the whole movie. You've probably seen it. If not, go watch it. It's pretty good. 14 on my list.
I thought you were going to say 15 out of 10.
Yeah. Yeah. So 14 is Coco. 13, I have Wall-E. Have you seen Wall-E?
Yeah, I love Wall-E.
Yeah, I have at 13.
A lot of people don't like it.
I don't know.
Because I remember I think it was on Facebook. There was this Facebook page that I saw that posted that Wall-E came out 10 years ago today, and most of the comments are saying, I did not like this movie. I did not like this movie.
Yeah, I don't know. I really like the story of it, and then
it didn't feel like it came out 10 years ago.
Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah.
Well, I actually didn't watch it for the first couple years it was even out, because I was still really young.
I saw it in theaters. I'm pretty sure.
So you saw it before I did.
I guess so. Yeah, I guess I'm ahead of the game on this one for once.
You should make your own list. Fuck me, right?
Yeah, just show me the list and I'll take over.
So 13 Wall-E. I thought it was good, better than Coco and Cars, but I mean, I think everything above it
better than Coco and Cars.
Yeah.
Better than chocolate and spice and everything nice.
Oh gosh. Okay, so and the number 12 I have is Up. Did you ever see Up, Zach?
Oh, I love Up.
You do love Up.
Yeah.
Really. Yeah.
Well, everyone talks about the first 5 minutes.
Yeah, it's 8 minutes.
Did you recently watch this and time it?
Yeah. Got my stopwatch out.
Yeah, I just love the dog.
I know, Doug.
The squirrel.
Yeah. Yeah. I thought it was a really good movie, but just the sad part at the beginning makes it just unrewatchable. Unless you're really hankering for a good cry, then I watch it. But
yeah, so if you're suicidal, don't watch the first 5 minutes. It might push you over the edge.
Yeah. Well, it was awful because I saw it in theaters with my dad and my brother, and I was like, I didn't know anything. I was like, oh, this is gonna be a fun Pixar movie, and then the first 8 minutes was bawling my eyes out, trying to make it so my dad doesn't see me, and just keep going on with the movie. And
just pretend you're asleep so you can cover up the tears.
Yeah, I think we watched it in 3D though, so it was okay because I had glasses on.
Oh yeah, we watched Cars 3 in 3D in theaters.
We did. Oh my gosh, that was the worst.
And David, was he wearing the 3D glasses over his regular glasses?
I think he was. I used to have to do that.
Oh my god, that looked just so hilarious.
Yes. Oh man.
Yeah, I don't remember even 3D being a thing in that movie. It was just more depth in the screen.
That's how it is. Every movie is 3D now, just cause they don't do anything intentionally 3D.
Do they still do a lot of 3D movies?
Yeah, everything. Avengers was in 3D if you wanted to. Well, it's so funny because if you look at old Journey to the Center of the Earth with Brendan Fraser,
Spy Kids 3D.
Yeah, all that stuff. If you actually see it in 3D, or if you watch it not in 3D, it's just the funniest shit. Because in Journey to the Center of the Earth, they're really going on with the story. Then all of a sudden, Brendan Fraser picks up a yo-yo and just starts going vroom vroom out toward the screen, just because it's a 3D type movie. And back then, they intentionally did that stuff.
Yes,
and
go ahead.
It just has nothing to do with the story. It's just really funny.
Well, I remember Spy Kids 3. Before it started, they had, I think his name was Floop. right? Like.
Oh yeah, the little roller coaster guy.
Yeah, so he was like sticking his fingers out like this movie's in 3D, like moving his hand out to the camera, and then he was like, I think he might have been doing a yo-yo too. I don't remember.
That's so funny. Yeah, they used to always do that stuff.
Wasn't Spy Kids 4 like 40 or whatever, where they had like those scratch and sniff things in the theater? I remember seeing commercials.
What?
Yeah, no, I'm not crazy.
Jeez, Spy Kids goes all out.
Yeah, no, the Spy Kids, I'm pretty sure when it first came out, they had like this sticker book where parts of the movie, they would have you like sniff the stickers or something during the movie, so you get like the 3D glasses and the scratch and sniff stickers.
Jeez. Well, they have 4D type like short movies at like Disneyland.
What's the difference though between 3D and 4D really?
4D is basically just like it comes out towards you. So like 4D, in Disneyland when I went, we saw like a Shrek one where it's just like 4D to where like your chairs are like shaking like in the movement, and like we saw
do they have like wind blowing in your face?
Yeah, it's like stuff like that. So it's like stuff's going on in the movie, you can like feel it like while you're in your seat. It's pretty crazy.
I guess basically scratch and sniff stickers are pretty much the same.
Yeah, I guess so. Just kind of the lame one, but I
never even saw that movie anyway. The 4 Spy Kids with Joel McHale.
Yeah, I never saw that. Speaking of Spy Kids, Up is number 12 on my list.
Speaking of Spy Kids.
We're very good at getting off track. So number 11, the last movie I'll be listing off my list today is Toy Story 3.
Really?
Yeah.
It seems pretty low. I figured it would have been higher.
I mean, it's number 11. I think...
that's in the bottom half of the movies.
It's Pixar's bag. Everything about the worst 5
I don't know.
Really
the fans might not get angry, but I am right now.
Okay, I'm fine. But Toy Story 3, I thought was really good, but I just felt like,
the ending of that movie was sad. Up had a sad beginning, but this one had like a sad ending.
Watch Toy Story 3, then go to Up. It's like the really sad 20 minutes.
Have they showed anything on Toy Story 4? Or have they just showed the logo?
I don't care. I do care, but I'm not like researching it. It's still like a year.
Because I remember, I think they announced The Incredibles 2 and Toy Story 4 on the same day with like one picture or something like that. But I think Toy Story 4 was like late 2019 or something.
Yeah, it's gonna be a while.
Yeah,
but yeah, Toy Story 3 I thought was really good, but I just felt like it wasn't as good as the first 2 Toy Stories. I just because they're missing so many characters because like they supposedly died. Yeah. I guess I just went to the trash, but
just went to the trash.
Yeah. Bo Peep was gone. She was hot.
All right, Blake, that's your opinion. So is that why it's ranked 11 because she's gone?
Yeah, the other 2 are a lot higher. The more Bo Peep, the better. So that's my 15 through 11 list. The top 10 will be, or 10 through 6 will be the next one. Keep
tuning in for the top 10.
Yeah, keep tuning in. So mark your calendars. Grab your shovels.
Yeah, grab your shovels.
So recap: 15 Cars, 14 Coco, 13 WALL-E, 12 Up, and 11 Toy Story 3. 10 more to go.
10 down, 10 more to go. I don't know how I'm going to make it.
It's going to be a wild ride.
All right.
So that's the Pixar segment of our podcast.
Yeah,
all those Pixar fans, tune out now. Please don't.
Yeah, so I kind of had something on deck. This kind of brings
see it.
Yeah, it's kind of back to high school. I think it was senior year in that English class that you...
Do another thing.
Yeah. I think it was like it might have been like the day after you did that Peyton Manning thing or something. Mm-hmm. But I remember you were going to get a Windex bottle.
Oh my god, I remember this too. This is so stupid.
You're gonna get a Windex bottle, empty it out, and fill it with blue, get Powerade, and drink it in class, and see if anyone would react.
I just wanted to. Oh my gosh, I did so much stupid, weird shit in that.
And you actually bought that stuff at work?
I bought it and I emptied it out, and then it like.
Didn't you say like the cashier looked at you funny when you were buying it?
I think so.
Yeah.
I'm not surprised. Well, like I went home and I emptied out the whole thing. It's such a waste. I shouldn't have done that.
It was like 2 bottles of Windex. Why'd you get 2?
Just in case. I got thirsty later, but
just in case you need to do some cleaning afterwards.
Yeah, clean up the mess I make.
I think hydrate after I'm done.
Yeah, so I dumped out one of the bottles and I was trying to like let it sit and like dry out, but it didn't get rid of all the chemicals. And then I was like, is it really worth it?
Yeah, it's been cooking in there for 2 hours.
Yeah, I was like, is it really worth it to just like dump the Gatorade in and drink it and potentially poison myself just for the stupid thing where everyone's gonna be like,
I think you would have been okay because you said you washed it like several times, right?
Yeah,
I think all that would have been out, but that smell was still in there because it's just been sitting in there for so long.
I think I would have been fine, but then like it's one of those things when you're late at night and you just have so many great ideas and you're like, this is gonna be awesome, and then the next day you just wake up and you're like, what the fuck was I thinking?
Didn't you actually bring it to school, but you just didn't do it?
Yeah, and it spilled in my backpack everywhere. It literally spilled everywhere, and it destroyed one of my English books.
It actually destroyed one of your books? I thought it was. I was gonna say like, well, at least it's cleaning stuff, so it just cleaned your backpack.
No, it was Gatorade.
Oh, yeah, the Gatorade.
Yeah, I didn't just bring an index bottle.
Yeah, what am I saying? I'm retarded. Don't listen to me.
In case I got 2 sets.
I thought you brought both Windex and both Powerades.
No.
But just in case one backfired.
Yeah, I got everywhere. It ruined all my stuff, and that's like, man, that's when it really hit me. Where I was like, I just need to stop. Like, I'm ruining my life. Like, this is karma. God's telling me to just stop doing weird
God's
shit.
Plan.
Yeah,
God's plan to have Powerade spill in your backpack.
Spill your Powerade and your Windex bottle in your backpack. Yeah, that's a pretty fun story.
Yeah.
Speaking of backpacks, believe it or not, there's another funny story. I don't know if you remember this. I think it was around your birthday, but it was in elementary school, and I never rode the bus home. I just had my parents drop me off. But whenever I wanted to hang out with Zach, I would take the bus home and then ride with him. Mm-hmm. And
this had to have been in middle school then, because I didn't ride. I just walked in elementary school, so this had to have been middle school.
You sure? Oh, I think it was middle school. So so back in middle school, we had these cats at our house. And I would always leave my like clothes and like backpacks and stuff always like sitting on the ground just because I was too lazy to
pick up and removal.
Yeah, I was too lazy to like hang stuff up. And
who's got time for that shit?
Yeah, and my cats weren't well trained, which I don't know how you train cats, but like they always peed on like my clothes.
So of course you just kept setting them on the
floor. Yeah, but and it just smelled awful. I mean, if you ever smelled cat piss, it smells pretty bad. But so my cat peed on my backpack. And I just didn't realize it because I was in a rush trying to get to class. So I just grabbed my backpack, whipped it on, and then got in the car and went. And I was like, I think it doesn't smell very good. But I was like, whatever. So
there's a certain like little twinge I don't like in this air.
So I went to school and like everything was. I thought it was totally fine. No one said anything.
I thought it was totally fine. Little did I know.
Yeah, until we got on the bus where we were going back to Zach's house and we were just talking regular.
Yeah, I think it wasn't my birthday.
Yeah, because I think I realized, like, halfway through the day, I was like, oh my gosh, my cat peed on my backpack. This is awful. And so I was telling him, I was like, Zach, like, my cat peed on my backpack. It smells really bad. And you're like, yeah, I can smell it. And I was like, oh,
I just
great.
didn't want to say anything, but then it got really bad. And I was like, okay.
And then like 2 minutes later, we hear people in the back of the bus saying, is that cat pee? I think I smelled cat piss. And I was like, and then everyone was like,
because we were like almost to my stop. We were almost there.
And everyone's like, yeah, what's that smell? And I was like, yeah, guys, what's that smell? I was just like, oh man. And I was so worried that someone's gonna just get close to me and smell the piss.
Yeah, good thing you were sitting next to me.
Yeah, thank goodness. Oh man, so that was a rough bus ride home. We got back, no one outed me or anything, but
no one outed. Did you have to get a whole new back, or was it only on your sweatshirt, or was it on your backpack?
I think it was the backpack. I don't remember.
So you had to get a new one then?
Yeah, I think so. I don't remember. It wasn't fun. So
did you learn your lesson, or did you keep putting it on the floor?
My cat peed on multiple things after that. Of course. Yeah.
It's kind of funny though. You had some cat pee before. Oh fuck! I almost said Windex again. Spilled in your backpack.
Yeah, Powerade and cat pee has been in my backpacks. So yeah.
Very relatable.
Yeah, what a fun topic. So I have another funny story we could talk about. It's another thing we did. This is back in elementary school. When we were two little hoodlums hanging out with some of our friends doing some goofy shenanigans.
Shooting up some houses and stuff.
Shooting up heroin.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, on the weekends when we'd have sleepovers, we'd prank call people.
Oh my god!
Do you remember that?
I thought this was in like middle school too, because wasn't this at my house or something on my birthday again?
House. Probably your birthday.
No, yeah,
your
you
birthdays
totally
were
did.
A good time.
Yeah.
I mean, we did it a lot. No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about a different one.
You're talking about a different one.
I'm not talking
about
that
one later.
Yeah, maybe. That's really weird. But so we were doing some funny prank calls. I remember we did this one where I'd call people and ask them why they took my cat. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
And I'd say it just really stupid. Yeah, I'm just like, why'd you take my cat? And then they're like, I didn't take your cat.
Yeah, like, why'd you take it?
Yeah.
You were playing like an Asian kid.
I had a really high voice. Like I just said it really weird, but it was a pretty good time. And then they just get like really frustrated. Sometimes
it's amazing how long people would stay on the line for.
Yeah, I would just keep saying that, and they're just like, I didn't take your cat. And he's like, and I'm just like, no, I saw you take my cat. Like I saw it on your front porch, and I was gone.
I saw it. My cat.
Yeah.
And that would go on for like 40 minutes.
No, I don't know about that one.
longest I'm joking. It would be like 5 or 10.
Yeah, the longest is maybe 5 or 10.
I don't even know how I got to 5. I would just hang up if I heard you say it more than like twice. I would probably just hang up.
I wouldn't even answer.
Maybe those people weren't used to getting prank called, so they're like, "Ooh, this must be real."
Yeah, I guess so. No one does that anymore.
Well, I mean, a lot of people have like caller ID or
you
something.
can do it. It's like *67.
But then no one's gonna answer a restricted phone call.
Some
anymore.
do. The stupid ones.
You're real stupid. You have to do it to like a senior citizen that must be restricted. That means it's like the government or something.
Yeah. My AARP's coming in.
I still get so many voicemails from spam accounts. It's like that. I think a couple other people that I know get these too, where it's like a fake automated voice is like calling you and says, "You owe the IRS like so much money, and then you're gonna get arrested tomorrow or something." And I'm like, "Okay,
come at me."
Yeah, come at me. Get down my door and take me.
Yeah, I get those too. Actually, yesterday, I was in my house and someone rang the doorbell. It was just me and my dog. And I was like, oh, who could that be? So I looked at a little peephole and then some guy with like a clipboard. And I was like, oh, great. And
great. UPS hide.
Yeah. Well, it wasn't though. I was trying to check if there's packages. There wasn't. So I was just sitting there, just staring at him through the peephole, waiting for him to leave. Finally, like 30 seconds later, he'd left and went to the neighbor's house. And then my blinds were like wide open too. So like he could just like see inside it. But then like once he left, I was like, okay, cool, because I don't want to talk to people. And so I walked over and I like let my dog out, and I came back in, and I was coming out of my kitchen, and I looked out through the window, and the guy looked in, and I just quickly ducked as fast as I could, and I'm pretty sure he saw me, but he didn't come back. So he just knows that I ignored him. I'm not getting anywhere
with this kid.
Yeah.
Another day, old friend.
Yeah, maybe he'll find me. Yeah, that was yeah. So our next topic is my BTQ.
Oh god, you said this was going to be really stupid, so I'm excited.
We'll see what you think of it. So the BTQ is Blake's thinking question of the podcast. So for this episode of the podcast, my BTQ is when you're driving in a car and there's like a fly in your car and like all the windows are rolled up, why is it that when it's flying it doesn't like shoot to the back of the car? Why is it able just to like fly? And when you're going like 60 miles an hour, why is it able to, is it technically going 60 miles an hour?
Wait, are you saying when like the windows are down?
Sure, but like it's in the middle, like it's just flying around. Or what if the windows are closed? Does that make it just like a whole new environment to where like, you know?
I don't know, I'm not a physicist, Blake.
Yeah, but say you're I was thinking about this a long time yesterday. So you're driving like 60 miles an hour, and there's a fly in your car, and it's just flying around. Is it going like 60 miles an hour? Why doesn't it not just shoot to the back? Like, why?
Oh my god, I feel like I've heard this answer so many times and I'm just blanking.
I didn't even know there was an answer. I thought this was just...
There's no answer. It's still a mystery of the universe.
Trying to bring a new theorem.
I don't know.
Blake's
we'll have to tweet at Neil deGrasse Tyson or something and ask him.
Yeah,
I'm sure he's got the answer.
Then it's like another thing to where it's like if you're in like a big van and you're standing in it and you're driving like 60 miles an hour, if you jump, why don't you just get launched to the back of the car? Why doesn't that happen? Why do you just jump and like stay still? You know?
I don't know, Blake.
Isn't that weird? Like, why...
Let's ask the audience. Can I phone a friend?
Well, just think about it. You're standing in like a moving truck, and there's nothing in there, just you and a friend recording you, of course. And you're just...
friend recording you.
Yeah, and like everything's shut, and you're just standing there. Say you're going like 70 miles an hour, and you jump. Shouldn't like the surface in the car move far enough to where like you'll just hit the back?
Maybe it's...
Why is it...
Maybe it's because you're not in the air long enough to even notice.
We'll get Joel. He can jump high. But
and you also can't jump that high in a truck.
Get a really big truck and just jump as high as you can. And see, like, no, if you jumped for like a second, wouldn't you just hit the back of the wall? Because like 1 second with a car like is longer than the surface of the truck. God,
I feel like such an idiot right now for not knowing this.
I know. That's what I'm thinking. I was like, why? I don't understand.
Well, this is quite the turn from John Cena versus Gorilla.
Yeah. We're getting, what's it called?
Getting deep?
Yeah, I guess, but like, I don't know what the fucking name is, but...
Yeah, we're becoming intellectuals with questions about life and the universe.
Yeah, we're talking about life.
Yeah, time for my book release.
Yeah. Think about that. Why don't you think that happens? Like, I don't understand, you know?
I don't either, Blake. I guess we'll have to think about it.
Yeah, I guess we will. We'll keep thinking about it. It's my thinking question.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway,
weird.
I was like trying to think of, I forgot what we were talking about like 3 minutes ago, but I was thinking, have you ever had your credit card hacked?
What a fun topic. Yeah, I have not my credit card, my debit card.
Yeah, I don't even own a credit card. I just have
debit. If you don't own one, there's no way in hell I'm gonna own one.
Oh yeah, it was the IRS thing that I was thinking of, and for some reason that made me think of getting hacked.
Actually, it happened recently, but
yeah, same with me.
Nice.
That's what I was thinking about.
Others. But last year, 2 years ago, someone ordered like $70 worth of like Victoria's Secret on my card, and I had to get it like reimbursed and then get a new one.
That's funny. They say Victoria's Secret.
I think we talked about this.
We might have, but it was in October, and my card got hacked, and there was about $120 spent on like some online European women's clothes shop. I forgot the name of it. It was like ASOS.com, I think.
Interesting.
And then there was like there's like a few international fees for like a couple bucks, and then there was like 5 like $10 charges for like some health store or something like that. And so lucky because I opened my app and I looked at my statements and I was like, I have way more money than this. And so I looked at it and there was like a few $100 stolen from me, and so luckily I caught it at 12 p.m. on a Saturday, so I got to the bank just in time before they closed for the weekend and got a new card that day.
Nice.
I was like, thank God, because I don't want them spending another $300 over the next 2 days.
Seriously. Well, here's another thinking question. I was talking to Kyle about this.
On the spot BTQ. Huh?
Yeah, on the spot. In OTP BTQ.
Perfect.
Yep. So I was talking to Kyle about this, but like when people hack into your cards and just like spend money on stuff, they never catch them. Like they just get the stuff and keep it, and then they just reimburse you because they're like, couldn't you just get a friend, give them your card, and they just go buy like a bunch of crazy shit, like a laptop or something, and then you go to the bank and say, I didn't buy this laptop, like I think someone like hacked into my card. They'll reimburse you, and then you just gotta keep the laptop. Like,
well, I wouldn't do that. But I don't know. I just wouldn't risk doing that at all.
Especially, well, they never find out. I mean, like.
I mean, you might be able to get away with it.
Your friend might get fucked, but
I feel like that'd just be bad karma to where your card would actually get hacked like the next day, like or next week. And
yeah,
then
I guess.
They'd be like, this is very suspicious that you're calling in 2 hacks in 1 week.
Yeah.
And then I'd just be stuck with the loss of money, so I don't think it would be worth it.
Yeah, I guess so.
I feel like karma would catch up to me or something.
If anyone listening to this wants to try that out and let us know how it works, let us.
Well, I was talking with someone at work just today about like another worker in the company that had her ADP hacked. And so basically someone hacked in there and was getting the direct deposits from the store rerouted into that person's account, so that person wasn't getting paid for like a couple months of work.
Pretty badass, honestly.
Yeah.
Directing the account to them.
And then right after that they mentioned that there was like a courtesy clerk, I think, like a year ago at that store that would like clocked in once on like the first day or whatever, like normally, and then worked the entire summer without clocking in, and then they just never got paid and never said anything.
Oh my God.
So she worked like 3 months without getting paid once. And I'm like, why did you not say anything? Yeah, no, that's what they were saying. Like, why would you not say anything? Like,
did they pay her at all, or they're like, oh, sorry?
Well, I didn't hear about. I don't think they knew how she got reimbursed. Like, I feel like you would have to because it would be illegal if you didn't.
Yeah, jeez.
Because and that person was working like 40 hours a week.
Oh my gosh.
It's like, how do you not say something?
Yeah, she must not have her own
She
place.
thought she was interning as a bagger or something?
Yeah,
like, I don't know what the thought process was.
For college experience.
Getting my college credits as a bagger.
Yeah, jeez. Man, I sometimes do that. Like, when I clock in, I do it like the opposite, to where like I'm about to clock out, and I'm just like, or I clock in, and I'm just like, what if I just don't clock out? Like, what if I just,
Well, then at least at my work, they'll leave a note saying, you missed your punch, so you have to like write in when you got off, and then they'll fix it. Like, you can't just get away with getting paid like for 12 hours.
Yeah, I guess so.
It's like, the pharmacy closes at 7, but he said he was working until 3 a.m.? Interesting.
He worked 1 game this week, but he has 25 hours to be paid.
Yeah, what a trooper. Give him a raise. Promote that man.
Brought a sleeping bag to the stadium.
Oh, yeah, and I was trying to think, I was like, I wonder if my mom still has my bagger trophy from when I came second in that bagging competition. That's like the peak of my life right there.
That's pretty sick. Did you win an iPad?
I won a tablet, and it's right there on my bed.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a pretty good investment.
It was. It was worth that 4 years of work, I'll tell you what.
This is actually a funny story. I'm actually a very lucky person when it comes to like winning stuff. Like, it's pretty crazy. Like, The things I've won.
Oh yeah, like elementary school and stuff.
Everything. Elementary school, I won an iPod. I won a hockey stick, like covered in dollar coins. I won a bike, a Dr Pepper bike. I won
Are these like all raffles and stuff?
Yeah, all raffles. I won a bike. I won a laptop my senior year. I'm still using that laptop. I've won a bunch of like baskets at like hockey tournaments and stuff. Oh man, I won so much shit.
Do you just enter in a bunch, or is this just like you enter in once in a while and you
it's
just
like
get
usual?
lucky?
It's like I get like 20 total because like my parents are like, it's like a hockey tournament. I'll give you like $20 to get tickets, and I just kind of disperse them around. But there's like 50 tickets or like more in all of them, but I still win.
Yeah, like, God, that's like I don't want shit, but I was I don't want shit, yeah. But I just remember at the senior all-nighter when they were doing like those giveaways and stuff for like the raffles, and most people were like, or people that left, like they didn't get to claim their prizes, so they basically just were like, who wants this? And then someone would be like, oh, I want that toothbrush, and then they didn't realize that if you didn't win anything, you were guaranteed a $65 Amazon gift card. So then people at the end were like, would you trade me your gift card for this like Sonic Air?
Yeah, exactly.
I'm like, no.
That's what Kyle was telling me. He was saying because he got like some like cheap ass headphones. They're like $20 headphones, but if he would have just like not put his tickets in anything, would have just waited, he would have got a $60.
Yeah, so I was actually kind of happy that I didn't win anything that day.
Yeah, I didn't even like put any tickets in. I was just messing
around.
I
know Keaton won like an iPad Mini.
Really?
Yeah.
If you're listening to this, Keaton, congratulations.
Yeah, we love you, Keaton.
Yes, we
Come
do.
home.
Got any other fun stories? I got one that could be okay.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay.
Well, actually, before we move on, at the senior all-nighter when Kyle got hypnotized.
Oh my gosh, that was great.
I was like so skeptical about like that hypnotist.
No, I know that shit is wild.
Yeah.
I was excited.
And I was like, it's weird seeing your friends and people that you know actually get hypnotized and like follow through with it and shit.
It's crazy. Gosh, it's the best.
Wasn't Kyle's thing like he was lip syncing Taylor Swift or something?
Yeah,
like that?
It was him and Ryan.
Yeah,
and they were this like they're lip
They're doing like a dance off,
battle.
like a talent off.
Oh my gosh, they were going at it. They like dropped the mic in each other's faces. I thought they were gonna punch. I thought they were gonna fight. That'd have been sick.
That would have been sick. She said, well, and then it was like, then she's like, you're gonna wake up and then you're gonna feel like you just slept for 8 hours, and I was like, that's awesome. Like,
yeah, jeez.
I'd love if I had that. Like, you're gonna wake up and you just felt like you slept for 13 hours and you got no sleep. I'm like, hell yeah.
Actually, that would have been nice because that night I almost got in a car wreck because I was so fucking tired.
Really? Yeah. Because I left at like 4:30 in the morning.
Yeah, and so I had to drop a couple of friends off because they didn't have rides. I was like, I can take you. Like sure, let this night keep going. So I dropped them off, and then I was driving home. I was just so tired. I was literally just like dozing off, just like at the wheel. And then like I got to like Bigelow Gulch or whatever, if you know where that is.
Yeah, that little that sketchy 2-lane road.
Yeah, it was only like 4:30 a.m. and there's no one on these roads.
Yeah.
So I remember I was like half asleep. And I like opened up my eyes and I saw like the light was green and I had to turn, and I was in like the far left lane. So I just slowly just turned over to like the far right and just turned, and I was like, oh my gosh. And so then I rode on that road, and then I finally just like fell asleep, and then I just feel like ba-boo, and I'm like on the side of the road.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, you never told me that.
Oh really? And I was like, shit. And I got on the road and my car like swerved a little bit, and I got it back and I was like, oh fuck. And then like
maybe that's what led to your tire exploding off your car.
Yeah, I guess so. I think it might have been the same. Yeah, I think it was. But yeah, so I got back on the road and I was like, oh my gosh, I gotta wake up. But I was still so tired. Like, even just like consciously, I couldn't force myself to stay awake. And I was super far away from my house because I just moved to where I was like way outside the school district. So I went to my friend Matt's house because he lives super close. And so I parked in front of his house and I texted him. I was like, hey, but like I dropped some friends off because like he's been home for like 20 minutes now. And like he was passed out. And so I was like, hey, could I come inside and like sleep? Like I'm super tired. Like I'm in my car.
I got nowhere to go, man.
Yeah, and then he never texted back, and my phone was getting dead. So I had to charge it because I think I brought a charger. I don't know why I had it, but I plugged it into my car and I was charging my phone, and I was just sitting there, and then I fell asleep, but like my car was like still on because I was charging my phone. So I woke up. Oh
yeah, wasn't your battery dead or something?
Yeah, well, so I woke up at like 10 or 11, and this was literally the one day where everybody on this fucking street starts doing yard work. Because I like sit up in my like.
It was this crazy person sleeping in his car.
I literally sit up in my like driver's seat and I just look around, and every one of his neighbors is out in their yard just like mowing the lawn, and I was like, oh my gosh! So I like duck back down, and then his dad is like doing stuff in the garage, and like I don't want to just come into my car because he's probably been doing stuff in his garage for like 2 hours.
I've been sleeping out there.
I slept in my car. My battery's dead. Yeah, and so I just sat in my car and I was freaking out, and so my phone was charged, thankfully. So I texted my other
at least
friend.
Something was charged.
Yeah, so I texted my friend Drew, who's like a street over. He came over, jumped my car, and then I just went home. And then that night I actually hung out with Matt, and and I told him everything. He's like, why'd you sleep in front of my house? And I was like, I had nowhere else to go. What are you talking about? And he's like, that's so weird. And I was like, no, it's not. And then he told his dad, and his dad was like, you could have just talked. Like, I could have just gave you a jump. And I was like,
socially awkward.
Yeah. I was like, yeah, sorry.
Yeah, I remember that night. Weird. I wanted to go so bad at like 1 a.m. or 2. I was just so tired.
Really?
Yeah, but luckily when they started up that hypnotist show, I kind of got wide awake because I was like, what the hell?
Oh my,
and then I wanted to, at that point I was like, I'm sticking through for the prizes. Like, I'm not going to leaving money on the table.
Yeah, I did not want to. Well, because that was after graduation, so that's like the last time you're going to see a lot of the people for like a really long time.
Yeah. So just a lot of people like left super early though.
Yeah, I don't know
like
why.
They left after like an hour or two, and I'm like, dude, it's an all-nighter, not for an hour.
It's so stupid. So many people, like...
I know, I was glad I suckered through, though, but at the end, when they were handing out prizes and it took forever, I was like, okay, let's just wrap this shit up and go. It's like 4:30 in the morning, I'm tired.
Yeah, seriously. Man, I'm trying to think of, like, crazy stuff that happened during graduation. I got my haircut right before graduation.
Oh, wow.
Fun. Yeah, I went to the man shop, and then, like, I went with
That's
Kyle.
Wild.
Yeah. I went with Kyle, and, like, there was like sports clips. Who the fuck cares? And so I went to get my haircut with Kyle because he was getting one. I was like, I'll get one. I'll look nice for graduation. And so we got in the like line at the same time. Both paid for the haircut, and we were like sitting and waiting. He got up there and got his haircut fully done before they even called me up. And I was like, what the fuck? Like, people were literally coming in and just like going right up. And I was like, what the fuck? And so I had to wait like 30 or 45 minutes to finally get my stupid haircut, and it was weird.
Did they like forget to check you in or something? And like, who's this guy that's waiting here?
Yeah, like I guess no, they just like I think I might have said something later, but like finally I got up there and it was.
That's why I always do online check-ins. Just save that time, even if it says 0 minutes on the app. I just check in anyway.
My haircuts because
I usually go to the man shop sometimes, but there's a Great Clips like down the road, like less than a mile from my house. So I just usually go there.
Yeah.
So I'll go there like before work or something because it's close by.
But yeah. Welcome to the haircut podcast.
Yeah.
Our favorite haircut shops.
I don't know. I don't even think Great Clips is that great, but my haircut is so simple.
I think it's pretty great.
It's pretty hard to mess it up. Like, I'm not doing anything too fancy.
Yeah. The Great Clips in Pullman, and where I go to college, they fucked up my hair for a while. Because I told them I said, okay, like shave the sides and like leave a little on top to like style. She's like, okay.
Yeah, and you like got a full-on like sergeant
and she was just like, okay, so just just leave some on top or whatever. And I was like, yeah. And then she's like, okay. And then she's like, do you want me to like use scissors or like a razor or whatever? And
razor, like a shaving razor.
Yeah, and I was like, well, like in my head I was like, they usually use scissors. Like, why is she asking for a razor? And I was like,
or like a buzz.
Yeah. And so I was like, oh, a razor, like that's fine. Like, it'll be quicker, I guess. Like, I don't know how you're gonna style it, but whatever.
Yeah.
And she literally just grabbed the razor and just right to my center of my forehead all the way back, and I was like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. So I went through the whole entire thing, and like my head was just bald.
That kind of happened to me one time where I was like going into Great Clips, and
great.
Yeah, and usually I like to leave my bangs a little bit longer, and then I think the lady that was cutting my hair was having a bad day because she grabbed that buzzer, was pressing down on my head so hard, and it hurt so bad, and then she just shaved like my head was like, I usually get like a 2 on the sides and back and like a 4 on top, and then leave the bangs longer. She just did like a full on like 2. It was like ridiculous.
Oh my gosh.
And I was like, I hate this. I'm never going back to that. I've never seen her again at that Great Clip, so maybe she got fired.
Yeah, good.
But it is funny though, like when there was like one of the stylists there that knew me from Yoke, so she was at least good with my hair. Yeah,
that's pretty funny.
Yeah.
One time when I was getting a haircut, also at Great Clips.
Welcome to the haircut podcast.
Yeah, our favorite Great Clips moments. So I was sitting there. I hate when like hairstylists try to talk to you about stuff.
Yeah.
Also, the last time I got a haircut, she was like, "Oh, so you work for the, Spokane baseball team?" And I was like,
local sports team.
Yeah,
they work there.
And I was like, yeah, I do. And she's like, oh, I'm going to a game on like the 4th or something, or it's like, I don't give a fuck what day. I think 14th actually. I remember.
Yeah.
She's like, oh, I'm going to the game on the 14th. I was like, oh, nice. Like, should be fun. And she's like, yeah. And she's like, it'd be like a 5-minute or like 2-minute pause, and she'd be like, yeah, so the 14th, yeah, that's when we're going to the baseball game. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
And she literally did that like 3 times. And she just kept talking about the stupid baseball game. And I'm just like, lady, like, just stop, just cut my hair. But before that, it was like a couple years back. It was right after graduation. Not the graduation haircut, but during that summer, I think. And I I was getting my hair cut, and she's like, "Oh, so you out of school?" And I was like, "Yep," because it was like summer break.
Yeah.
And she's like, "Oh, nice." I was like, She's like, "Do you have like a job for the summer?" And I was like, "Oh no," because like I just didn't have a job at the time. She's like, "Oh, are you gonna go?" Or she was like, "Oh, so you're just just like taking a year off or whatever?" And I was like, "Oh, yeah," because I didn't want to just like correct her. She's like, "Oh, so you're just living at home?" She was like, "Are you ever gonna go back to school?" And I was like, "Yeah, I think so." And she's like, "Okay, good." And she just thought that
she's
I was
like,
just
like, I'm not gonna, I don't have to kill this guy.
She's like, "Oh, this kid's out of school, doesn't have a job, just living with his parents. So like, what's this guy doing?" Yeah. But no, I'm fine.
It was crazy though, because until I was like 19, my Great Clips account, because I was going there since when I was 2, still had my old last name on there from when I was 2. Yeah, so when I checked in, I would have to say Zach and then my old last name because I just didn't feel like changing it.
Jeez.
Yeah, and then my name was spelled with a K. So
really?
It was like Z-A-C-K, and then my old last name, it was just all fucked up. And then I finally just created my own account with my phone number because it was still linked with my mom's.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I was like, well, I feel like my dad might have checked me in because sometimes he would put K for like no reason.
Really?
Yeah, he just prefers Z-A-C-K, so you just put Z-A-C-K on some stuff, yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I'm like, whatever. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah, and then I finally changed it. I was like, you know what, I'm like almost 20 years old. I think I could probably change it and update it to my last name that I've had for 18 years. I think it's time.
Man. Yeah. Jeez. You're going to be 21 soon, Zach.
Yeah.
You excited?
Yeah. It might be the last few months of my life.
Yeah. Hopefully.
Jeez.
Just kidding. Gosh, I love you.
I want to take over this podcast.
It's going to be a solo show.
Well, but what the millions of dollars we're going to be raking in soon to be mine.
Yeah, exactly. Buy our wristbands.
Yeah, taking over the wristband industry.
Yeah.
Still have a bag of them on my dresser.
Yeah, no one wants them.
Apparently. They glow in the dark pretty well.
They do, really well.
I have a few friends that want them.
Really?
Yeah, I'll be giving away some.
I don't have friends. You're my only friend, Zach.
Oh, that's nice.
And all you fans out there are my friends.
All you 6 followers, and 4 of them are spam.
And 2 of them are us.
No, my only account is the podcast account.
Really?
Yeah, I don't have like a personal SoundCloud.
So I have one real person. So that's a start.
Yeah, your profile pic is Kyle Massey. So It's like, it feels like Kyle Massey listens.
Yeah, he'll listen one day. I'll send him a tweet, a Snapchat.
I say, thanks for following. He's like, my name's not Blake.
Yeah.
Yet.
Yeah. You're lucky you're going to be 21 soon. I don't turn 20 till the end of this month.
Yeah, except now it's like, I'm like the oldest one out of our friend group, so who's going to come to my party?
Yeah, exactly. That's a nice one.
I'm just going to go drinking alone.
Yeah.
At a bar.
What else is new, right?
Right.
Yeah.
They got to have had this fake ID for the last 6 years. It's the only way to get me through the week.
Some of my friends are saying, like, oh my gosh, you should get a fake ID. Like, now. And I'm just like,
I'm going to be 21 by the time I get it.
It's like I have a year and like 2 months left. A year and a month left. Like, I'm pretty sure I can manage.
I don't even drink that much anyway.
Yeah, I don't.
It's like once every like month or 2 maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, whatever, I don't really care.
Yeah. It's like
weren't you doesn't your family though do like a Vegas trip for the 21st birthday? Yeah, it's going to be
You're coming, aren't you?
Yep, I sure am.
You fucking better. Yeah, it's going to be a good time.
No, it's just going to be you by yourself. Go to Vegas.
Me and my little dad-son bonding trip.
Yeah. How many people usually go? Is it like 5 or something?
No, it's like the most. I think I'm supposed to bring like the highest I can get is like 10 friends or something.
Holy shit!
Yeah.
Do you even know 10 friends?
No, I don't. But I'll find some. My dad doesn't even believe I have like my dad just like, oh, so you're inviting me for your Vegas trip? And I was like, yeah, I can get a lot. And he's like, yeah, you can invite like this name and this name, and they're like friends from when I was like in 2nd grade. And I was like, I haven't talked to them in years, and I'm just like, he doesn't know my friends.
Thanks, Dad.
Yeah. If you're listening to this, you were invited to my Vegas 21st birthday.
All of your followers out there. We still have to find some more people, even inviting all of our followers.
Yeah, invite your friends too.
Yeah. Well, we're up to like, what, 30 followers on Instagram, and I think those are all spam.
I don't want to admit my plan, but I followed a bunch of like free follower accounts, so we're getting followed by a bunch of free follows.
What's the point of that?
Because I don't care about likes right now. I just care about getting the base there to where we at least have like 50 or 100.
You think those free follower accounts are going to be following us and then tuning into SoundCloud for the podcast?
Not going to be tuning in, but once we get to like 100, and then people will be like, oh, this is like the real deal, and then they're not going to follow a podcast.
Oh, they're going to say 100 episodes.
No.
No, they're for real.
We get like 100 or like 100 followers, then people will start. We get like it's a slippery slope.
We have like 100 followers. We get 2 likes per post, and they're just us liking it.
I don't know, at least 100 followers. something to be proud of. It's so stupid though. Some people have just the dumbest accounts, or it's just like I have like only like 260 regular Instagram followers, but I tweet or I should post something where it's like it or never mind, I won't. But like some people,
were you gonna like shout it out or something?
Yeah, I probably shouldn't do that on Instagram. There's a lot of like family members that have me on Instagram, but like I've tweeted
Follow
about
this podcast that I don't do, but if you listen, it's me.
Like on Twitter, I have like over 200 followers. I was like, hey, I made a podcast with my good buddy Zach, and I was like, feel free to listen.
Did you get like 2 likes and one of them was me?
Yeah, it was you and then like Teddy or something.
Yeah.
It was like, I was like, okay, fuck you all.
Really reaching that large audience.
Yeah, jeez, like nobody.
They probably thought you got hacked.
No, probably actually.
Because it just looks like, what the fuck is this picture of naked Matt Damon?
Yeah.
Why would I want to listen to this garbage?
Yeah, it's true. I've retweeted though, like my actual like the Deep Thots Twitter account. Like I've retweeted whenever we post.
Yeah,
no one
doesn't
cares.
seem to be helping.
No one gives a fuck. I'm so angry.
Yeah, you gotta get Kyle Massey to shout us out on Snapchat.
Oh my gosh, that's never gonna happen.
You still messaging him?
No, I deleted him on Snapchat.
Has he been returning your phone calls?
No, straight to voicemail.
One of these days, Kyle.
Yeah, this is Corey. I'm not in the house right now. Gosh, it's like celebrities like that. If I was one of those like child stars, I would have so much fucking fun just messing with people.
Yeah, who knows? He's probably broke though.
Probably.
I feel like a lot of those kid stars always go bankrupt when they're like 21.
Yeah, wasn't I heard Nicolas Cage is like super.
Oh, he's
poor.
super bankrupt. That's why he has to do like every movie that's offered to him.
Exactly.
I heard he just came out with one that was like pretty good though, where he just plays like a psychopath. What's new?
Yeah, seriously. He played himself in the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's an autobiography when he's like 50 years old.
Oh my gosh.
Alright, didn't you say you had one more topic?
We could. How much time we got?
We're at 51 minutes. Just push it to an hour. Just get it to an hour. We need to get one episode to an hour.
I'll try. So this story is another thing about Vegas. I went to Vegas with my brother and my dad. Like, I think I was in like middle school or something. We just went just like for fun. Like neither of us were 21. But
we did a Hawaii trip too.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
I guess we could talk about that too. But yeah, so I had this Vegas trip. Like nothing really about the trip, but I just had like the worst luck getting there. Like literally, so we got to the.
What's the deal with the airport? Am I right?
Well, we got to the Spokane airport, and I had my boarding pass, and then we went to like this little magazine place to like buy like fantasy football magazines.
I love those magazine places for some reason.
Yeah, they just make you feel so comfortable.
Yeah.
So much information, and so
much information at my fingertips that I can never access without this magazine.
Yeah, exactly. So I bought a fantasy football magazine, and then I left my boarding pass in the magazine shop, and I didn't know. And I was like in middle school, so that's all. God damn it, Blake. And so so it was only like literally like 20 feet away from my actual like spot we're supposed to sit and wait for the plane. So I went back to my dad and brother, and I was just sitting there reading the magazine, and then I like felt in my pockets, and I didn't feel the boarding pass, and I was like, oh no. And so I didn't say anything. I just quietly just stood up and just walked to the magazine place, and my dad was like, what is he doing? And then I literally was just in there, and I was like freaking out, and I was like, oh my gosh. Or I didn't know it was in the magazine place. I was just like walking around.
Did you leave it in a magazine or just like on the ground?
Just like on the ground. And I was like, and I came back, and I was like so worried because I didn't think I'd be able to even just go. I didn't know you could like print a new one, which I guess you can.
Oh, I didn't even know that.
Yeah, well, I think it's like
a
cost or
something.
Yeah. Well, and then my dad was just like, hey, like what's going on? And I was like, oh, I lost my boarding pass. And he's like, oh, are you serious? And so we walked back to the magazine place. He found it, and he's like, hey, I got it. And I was like, oh, thank goodness. And so then we got to the like Arizona. We stopped. I don't know if it was Arizona. We stopped somewhere before we went to Vegas. It was like a
Wait, so you went from Washington to Arizona and then
it was not Arizona, it was like Utah. I was going to correct myself, but I figured it's not a big deal. So you corrected me, thank you. And so
I know my geography.
Yeah, I think, or something, Denver, Colorado, I remember, fuck you. So we went to Denver, and then I got off the plane, and we went to go eat food, because we had like an hour wait. Mm-hmm. And so we went to like Wendy's, and I went up to order, and I didn't have my wallet, and I was like, you gotta be fucking me. And so I didn't have my wallet.
You say that and you're like 10. You're like, you're fucking kidding me.
Well, and so I went to my dad, and I was just like, hey, I don't have my wallet. I think I left it on the plane. So we went all the way back to the terminal, which is like a freaking mile away. And then like they like. It
sounds like one of those frustrating sitcoms where just nothing goes right.
It was very frustrating, and so we went all the way back there, and I would like they let us search the plane. I couldn't find it anywhere, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is the worst vacation ever, because like I had all my IDs and stuff, and I had to get back onto another plane. So I was like, all right, like fuck. And so we went to Wendy's, And then finally we went to the next gate to get on the plane.
Is that the other magazine place at that airport?
Oh, did I say we went to a magazine
place?
No,
I'm just saying. It's like it just ends up being at the magazine place at the other airport.
Yeah, transported over. Yeah, so we went to the next terminal, and then we get to the front gate, and then the guy that's like checking us in, he's like, "Are you Blake Moore?" And oh fuck, I didn't mean to say my last name.
Dude, he linked your account on Instagram. It doesn't even fucking matter.
Yeah, we'll cut it out. So they're like, "Are you Blake? It's your last name here?" And I was like, "Oh yeah, that's me." And he was like, "Oh, we have your wallet. We were calling you on the intercom for like the past like hour." And I was like, "Oh fuck!" That's how I got it. And I was like, "Thank goodness, right?" And then we got onto the plane. Then we landed in Vegas.
Thank goodness a terrorist didn't get their hands on it.
Yeah, they would have got like $5 in like a baseball card. And so we
$5 in a baseball card
in my wallet. And so we finally got to Vegas. Like we made it, right? No. So we get there.
But wait, there's more.
Yeah, so we get there, and then everybody's getting off the plane. I had a carry-on and a regular bag, and so I grabbed my regular bag, and then my brother grabbed, like, his bag my brother grabbed my other bag or something, so I was like,
so like a bag mix-up?
I don't know, he was just like, oh, like, I just assumed, like, oh, he's just gonna grab my bags, because I was like, whatever. I don't know why I thought this,
wow.
But I walked off, and then, like, he didn't have my bag, and I was like, oh, so I walked back on, and, like,
God, your dad probably hates you at this point.
He's hated me for a long time. But, so I was behind my brother and my dad, and I was like, wait, I gotta go back in there. And they're like, okay, so they're waiting in the tunnel. So I had to wait till everybody got off the plane till finally I could go back and grab my stupid bag, and like I almost forgot my bag on the airport.
Oh my god.
So that was 3 things: my boarding
pass, okay, we're driving back home.
Exactly. So it was pretty rough. But yeah, that was my Vegas trip. Everything else went fine. We rode a roller coaster like 12 fucking times.
What park was that?
It wasn't a park. It was just like the New York roller coaster inside the hotel. They have one.
Oh wow!
Yeah, it's pretty sick. It like kind of like goes around and outside and back in. We got like a unlimited pass for like $20, and there was no one else there, so we just kept going and going and going.
Do they still do fast pass at Disneyland?
Oh hell yeah, they do.
Is it super slow now, or is it still fast?
I'm pretty sure it's still way faster.
Yeah, it's been a lot. It's been 10 years since the last time I've been there. Yeah.
Yeah. Do we want to talk about our Hawaii trip?
Yeah, sure. I mean, I honestly don't remember too much of it.
There's one little funny thing we can talk about. But for our Hawaii trip, my grandparents...
It was in between 8th and 9th grade.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So my grandparents, for me and my 2 brothers, they take us and then one friend. I chose Zach. One friend to go to Hawaii before before our freshman year of high school. So I took Zach. It was a pretty good time. But my grandpa, we asked for sunscreen, and he was like, "Oh, here, just take this." And it was tanning lotion. It was 10 SPF in freaking Hawaii with like no ozone. It's like the sun hits you like crazy. And so
you better lather up, motherfucker.
Yeah, so I think we both put that on. I know I for sure put it on. I
don't even remember, because I don't remember getting like super burnt or anything.
Are you serious? You don't remember that? You had bubbles on your back.
Oh no, you're right. That was terrible.
It was freaking awful.
Like, yeah.
So we put on tanning lotion and just went in the pool for like the day.
Yeah, I had sunburn blisters on my back.
Yeah, it was awful. Yeah. And then like we got back into our room at night and our backs were just killing us. And like I think I might have had like a couple little bubbles. You had like huge bubbles like of like sunburn on your back, and I was like, oh my gosh, like that looks awful. And,
yeah, it looks like I was worried on the flight, like they thought I was gonna have like Ebola or something, like some skin-eating disease or something.
Yeah, oh my gosh, it looks so bad.
Tackle them, get like the nuclear guys' suits on, like the radioactive suits.
Yeah, just take you down.
They just spray me down with like, disinfectant or something.
Yeah, it was a pretty good time. We went tubing. Yeah, we went tubing.
Oh, that was really fun.
Yeah, that was a really good time.
I remember
they thought we were brothers. That was weird.
Yeah, we look nothing alike though.
I know. Like I literally like. Because I got way out to the front of the pack. There's like 20 of us, like total tubers. And I got out way to the front and you were way in the back. So I like grabbed on like a leaf on the side and I was just like hanging on waiting for you. And like one of the tour guys went by. He's like, oh, you're waiting for your brother? Because like you were finally coming up. Yeah. And I was like, oh, sure. And I was like, okay.
Whatever.
Yeah.
I just remember that tubing thing where it felt like it was like 20 minutes and then we got out like, oh, that was 2 hours. And I was like, what? Did I go for like this time loop or something? Yeah. But I remember I think I hit... Like, because you go through, like, some caves, I, like, hit my foot on, like, the sidewall, and it was, like, a rock, and my shoe almost, like, came off, so I was, like, focusing on trying not to lose my shoe, like, the rest of the time. And then my helmet wasn't strapped on tight, so I was, like, flopping around everywhere.
Jeez.
Like, great safety precautions at this place.
Yeah, oh my gosh.
No, that was pretty fun, though.
Yeah, what else?
Yeah, I think we were there for, like, a week. It was island of Kauai, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, I got stung by a bee. It was a good time.
Oh yeah. No, I broke my phone in Hawaii.
Oh yeah. I think I broke mine too. Actually. That was a good time.
I took my phone to the pool. And then I was swimming around and I felt like a vibration in my pocket. I was like, what the fuck? And then my phone was just vibrating like nonstop. And then rip phone. So I had to text my mom from your phone saying, hey, just text. Yeah. Do you want to talk to me? Text this number because my phone's dead. And I remember you're like, do you have any rice in this hotel? So you have to get in some rice. I was like, I don't think we have rice in here.
Yeah.
And so, I had to get a new phone like when I got back.
I
used like an old one. And the funny thing about that old one was I think it like the screen flipped into like a TV set looking thing, and it had like a TV antenna because that was like one of the first phones that you could get like a TV subscription service on.
Oh my gosh!
And there's a TV button, and you could get like ESPN and Nickelodeon and stuff on it. And my mom actually used it for a few months because I think she had like a few free months on it. It was actually super cool.
Yeah, holy shit!
But I didn't have it activated when I got it. I don't even think it existed anymore, but it was still pretty cool.
Yeah, jeez. Well, so I have this like irrational fear now because like I've gone in the pools like twice with my phone now to where it's just like vibrating like crazy and you have to like take it out and you're like fuck, like this is the worst feeling, like in your stomach it just like sinks.
Yeah, especially with mine because I paid out of pocket for mine, like completely this S9, so I would be so mad if I broke mine.
So like I just have this irrational fear where every time like I feel in my pockets like 10 times before I go in, I'm like there's nothing in there. And then instantly when I jump in the water, my head just goes, oh my gosh, there's stuff in your pockets. And I start like freaking out and there's nothing there. And it's just the worst feeling. I can't swim anymore. I can't enjoy it because I just keep thinking there's stuff in my pockets. It's the worst feeling ever.
Well, I always do that like anytime I'm like leaving a place where I need like, where I'm not going to be able to get back in and for like a couple of days. Like if I'm leaving like the gym, I always like tap my pockets to make sure I have like my wallet and my keys. Because if I leave my wallet and keys in there, like
you're
I have to wait till tomorrow, or I'd have to call Sean or my roommate or whatever to get like my spare key over there, and then I just have to wait till tomorrow to call the place and see if my stuff's still there, not stolen. Because it's 24 hours, but it's only staffed like 12 or like 9 hours a day.
Yeah, exactly.
So anyone could just walk in there and just jack my wallet and stuff.
Yeah, that'd suck.
Yeah.
What's the time on that?
We're over an hour, so I think
yeah.
Let's wrap this shit up. We finally made it to an hour, guys.
Yeah, finally. You're probably tuned out by now, but if you didn't, good for you.
I'm trying to think of what the thumbnail should be.
I don't know, a cat pissing or something.
Good one.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
I'll think of something. But if you're listening to this, thank you. Tell your friends. I'll have listened to this whole thing.
Tell your friends, your pals, your parents, anyone.
Yeah, your pets, all the peas.
Tell your grandparents. Yeah.
Okay, so episode 4, we're gonna high five to end this. So Deep Thoughts Podcast. Oh, I guess that's bad. Deep Thoughts Podcast.